So I'm walking out from my parking lot here to see my doctor again. Can't believe how many of these off to my doctor videos I've made. And although I probably don't post very many of them up, I'd like to get my health back, you know. I'd like to get better. For a while there, I thought I really was getting better, you know. Seems like there's always something. And knowing my results, the doctor in the city who did my gastroscopy, oh wow, is this ever nice? This is really beautiful. It almost looks like the leaves are growing back. I could be wrong, but the devastation from the caterpillars, I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. It's, some of the leaves are repairing themselves. In a way, that is good, you know, the rain that we've been having and the cold weather did a number on the caterpillars, you know. So, in a way, that is good because those caterpillars are horrible. So, maybe it's the good Lord taking care of things again. Oh, I have to keep stopping here. I'll get to the hospital, all in due time. I'll get to the hospital in due time. Wish I could do something about this lens cap. Been trying all these different ways to click it, connect it, you know what I mean, so it doesn't keep smacking away on things. I need the cap to protect the lens, you know, but I don't need it clocking away when I'm trying to do my walkabouts. My pastor man phoned me today. I don't know what else to call him, pastor man. That's a good name for him. In Edmonton. Call him a pastor man, you know. Because I don't know if I have a pastor. I don't really think I ever did have a pastor, you know, to be honest. Well, look at this. This is new. This is really new. It's kind of neat. It's electronic. It's got, this is new. They've changed the signer. Wow, look at this. I have to take this picture of this. I don't know if my camera's getting it or not. There. Look at that. A little electronic feed to it on the sign. 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Warmed up nicely. July. Okay, I don't think they... No, it's not 5:33 a.m. either. They must be just setting it up just now, because it's certainly not 5:33 a.m. And it's not 091212 either. But, oh well. It's got the temperature right though. I believe my computer said the temperature was 64 degrees Fahrenheit, which is considerably warmer than it's been for quite some time. I imagine some of you watching this video would be wishing that the temperature was 64 Fahrenheit where you are. No doubt. I would that it would be at least 64 where I am. Always. Just I'm going to hold my camera instead of this clack clack business. It annoys me. You know? Imagine I'm going to be a little late for my appointment this time. I can't walk that fast. Not this time. See, it happened after my gastroscopy. I felt this kind of tight, cutting feeling in my chest, you know. I guess my lower esophagus. But I believe I heard him say that he was going to do a biopsy. Hi. Oh. And so, you know, that might explain it. But that feeling never really went away, you know. It just sort of developed over time into something. Oh well. So now I want to know what the deal is. Because now I've got horrible coughing fits and rhinovirus and everything follows it, you know. It's like this gastroscopy ordeal actually lowered my resistance. Of course, having teeth pulled on top of this isn't much help, you know. I suppose I should be realistic and ask myself, what do you expect for a guy that's lived over half a century, you know? I still think I got plenty of mileage in me, you know. They're all worried I got cancer and all these things. They haven't been able to produce it, the proof. So, I guess that's what I'm going for today, is the proof. But you know, I've been going for proof for a while now. We're just not allowed to diagnose ourselves anymore, you know? It's kind of funny. I mean, when you think about it, right? You know, with the internet and having access to all this knowledge and ways in which you can self-diagnose, and nope. Gotta respect the doctor's authority. I understand that, but you know, there also comes a point where you gotta have some faith too. I contend that I do not have cancer. I'm not quite in my mid-50s. Getting there, though. There's some that think, you know, what? What would a man your age want more wives for? Are you kidding me? As you get older, you know, you can use the extra help. I should have been on the ball here. I should have had 3 or 4 wives like 20 years ago. But I was a fool. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. I was a fool. Now I realize the Lord says, call no man a fool, but I don't think the Lord would begrudge me for calling myself a fool. And I will. I'll call myself a fool, because I'm a fool for ignoring the Word of God. I'm a fool for ignoring all those times that the good Lord practically, you know, spelled it right out for me, right under my nose. You know, there it is, even in the pages of the Bible, but I had more than that. I had female after female let me know that they'd be happy to be my wife in spite of the fact that I was already married. And still, I would not accept. I'm a fool, okay? I deserve what I get, you know, but God have mercy on my soul. Maybe He'll give me one more wife. I could use a couple more, to be honest. That's no word of a lie. Well, I'm over here at the healthcare center now, so I guess I better end this. God bless you. Maybe I'll just edit this video. I don't know. God bless you. It's a beautiful day. 64 above Fahrenheit today. That's the warmest it's been in a week. Easily. Since the 1st of July. Alright. God bless you. What a beautiful day. This is nice, listening to the wind and the trees here. And the saplings. Gentle breeze. This is nice. I can enjoy this. Well, I didn't see my usual doctor. Instead, I saw this lady doctor. And, well, she's pretty, well, let's just say I think maybe we clashed. Don't get me wrong. Now, I don't believe in taking antibiotics for every little ailment, okay? I asked her for antibiotics, and I don't think she agreed to give me antibiotics. You know, I can insist on antibiotics. I can insist on my treatment. She doesn't agree that I should take them because of my condition. But I know that in situations like this, where my immunity has already been compromised by, you know, teeth being pulled out and, you know, gastroscopy, I found out they did not just 3 biopsies, but 6 biopsies on me. You know, come on, you know, give me a break, people. I don't want to risk bacterial infection as well. See, I understand. You see, that's the problem. You know, some people are educated. They understand that antibiotics do not work on viruses. They've got that figured out, you know. I'm not concerned about that. What a nice view here. I'm just standing in the trees. You know, this is my walkway to the healthcare center. Now, isn't that nice? Wouldn't you like that kind of a walk? Nice little archway, you know. Walk, trees, natural, to the hospital, to the healthcare center. Do you see why I don't want to move? You know, like, right over here, this used to be my uncle's house. Right here on the corner. He's moved now. Of course, he's a much older man. God bless his soul. He was a believer in Jesus Christ. Okay. And he almost, you could almost say that he and some other men together put this little town on the map. Of course, my relatives, they mostly pretend they don't even know me because I'm such a character. I don't blame them. You know, I am a character. I am a unique sort of guy. Maybe a little bit of an ornery old coot. Maybe a bit of a nut, you know. But I won't hurt you. You know what I mean? I won't hurt you. You know, I'm not a violent man. Alright? There's not one person in this town that can honestly say that I struck them. You know what I mean? I won't do people damage. I'm not a striker. You know? There's not one person in this town that can honestly say that I robbed them, because I'm not a thief. You know, that's the truth. I'm not a thief, and I'm not a striker. But I suppose there are many people in this town that might get away with saying that I hurt their feelings. At least that's how they would react to things I said or did, you know. Because I'll say things that might just hurt your feelings, you know what I mean? You might not feel too good about what I say. It might just bother you a little, you know. And I might have every right to say what I say. You know, should I be convinced that what I said was out of line, I will apologize. I have done that. Yeah. Hi. Mothers walking their babies in their strollers out in the sun. You know, I like that old-fashioned sort of business. It's healthy. So I guess I got sinusitis, whatever that is. Never heard that term before. It's a virus, apparently. How do people get it? She said sometimes it's airborne. She seemed very annoyed, you know, and I wanted to understand the nature of what was going on with me. I don't know. You know, people need to understand things. You know, they want to know why. I don't know, she seems a little short with me. My female doctor did. Well, I'm glad she didn't touch my head. You know, that's one thing, man. Don't want no woman touching my head. Never know where her hands have been. I'm serious. I don't want a woman touching my head unless she's my wife. See, we've lost so much in these last few generations over the 2 world wars Men don't even know their right hand from their left anymore. I'm serious, you know. I've been trying to explain this to people on Facebook and online. It's spiritual, people. It's spiritual. Headship is spiritual. Now somebody might say, well, then what has that got to do with, you know, your physical head? A lot. A lot. Because your physical body is an actual physical manifestation of where you're at spiritually. Don't let a woman touch your head unless you intend to marry her. Your wife touches your headship. Oh, it's gone up a bit. It's 69 degrees Fahrenheit. They still don't have the date right, or the time. It's kind of funny, actually. It means their transmitter receiver's kind of wacky. They need to fix that. That is a handy thing to have, though, I gotta admit. Oh, look at this. Look at the horses. See? This is what I mean. Look at this. Isn't that neat? Okay. Stop these vehicles. This is what I mean. There's a stable not too far where I used to live, actually. See the horses? And people ride horses. You don't mind if I film these beautiful horses, right? You don't mind if I video these horses? Zap it on Facebook? Say, look at the beautiful horses in my town. Now, what sort of horse is the one you're riding? What is that called? A quarter horse. Ah, painted quarter horse. And this one here is what, Appaloosa? Yeah. Very nice. Beautiful horses. Thank you. See, this is what I mean. This is, you know, the wife. She's like, you gotta let go, Ed, you know. You know, I fought and scraped to get out of the city. You know that? And Fox Creek, this little town here, was just going to be a stepping stone for me, so I could get on an acreage, so I could get away. I think he's got some kind of transmission problems here. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. The motor's running fine. He needs, his transmission is gone. Oh well. See, that would have happened to you in the city. Oh man, it'd be a major disaster. Here, he's going to be okay. It's not going to be a big deal. It's not holding up traffic or anything like that, you know. You can get help, maybe you can get a tow. So that's what I like about living in a small town, you know. I fought hard to get this far, to get out of that circuit, you know. And then I did get the acreage, by the way, way out in the country. Okay, I mean way out. And I was all gung-ho and excited about it. And then that's when I discovered the rest of my family, including my wife, was not in support of my leaving the town. In other words, this is as wild as they wanted to be. They didn't want to get any more out there. And I was choked because I realized I was alone, you know. See, now, I would have had a little strength if my wife stood with me and said, no, we're going to the acreage. But, you know, when your wife doesn't even stand by you, it's kind of hard for you to tell your adolescent children, we're moving out on the acreage. And I know I remember that, I felt something inside me just die, you know. 22 acres of land, you know, a plot of land the size of a city block. And none of my family wanted to live with me, you know. I'm telling you, I was choked. I remember how heartbroken I was over that. I tried not to let it show, but I was mad, you know. And then I kind of lost interest after that, you know, like, I mean, what am I working for? You know, what am I knocking myself out for? Things kind of just went downhill after that. My health started to go. I still struggled. Eventually I went and saw a doctor. Doctor said, you might be suffering from medical depression. I didn't believe him. Fought him every step of the way. About a year later, I was back in the doctor's office, and I was like, okay, you might have a point. And that's where I made a really big error. I believed my doctor. But then, I don't know, I guess, I mean, I think he probably was right, but I'll have to save that for another video. But I'll just leave you this before I go in. Just want to say, friend, if you're suffering from what your doctor calls medical depression, I highly recommend you examine something called spiritual oppression first. Spiritual oppression. And I recommend that you find a good apostolic oneness person and get prayed over real pronto. Okay? And I recommend that you put your heart toward God and you start fighting this thing spiritually, because I believe that spiritual oppression culminates in medical depression. That's my theory about it. And I'll have to save the rest for another video. God bless you. Thank you for listening.